The boys are back. That's right, Florida Man Sports is here with another exciting episode. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. This is Florida Man Sports.
It is Super Bowl week, Chris. That's why I'm wearing my fancy hat. Excited about Super Bowl weekend?
And we just lost another 5 streams on that one.
It's Florida Man football.
We're back.
Yes. Now, of course, the show, as all shows since we declared it for some reason, brought to you by Happy Dad Seltzer. It's a refreshing drink that we enjoy. We've given you a couple of solid, just outstanding marketing advertising pitches here. Of course, here we're going to go ahead and bring you our third one right before the Super Bowl. Take it away, Chris.
Yes, in this Super Bowl ad, you got 2 famous podcasters talking sports, drinking Happy Dad Seltzer when we get a phone call. And then it's a cease and desist phone call from Happy Dad saying that you can no longer advertise for them.
Man, that's the best one yet. How good is this beverage that you drink it and you get a court order to stop? That's how good it is. That's the only way you can stop it. It's with a court order, and that's a maybe. So, guys,
that's a maybe.
Hope you've enjoyed this NFL football season.
Yes.
It's almost coming to an end. The Super Bowl's right around the corner. You have that, that purgatory week where I was kind of waiting around. The Pro Bowl just happened. Did we watch it? Maybe. Who knows? It wasn't that exciting. But now we have that week of waiting, so we figure we'd go ahead and give you guys a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of conversation regarding our
Super
picks.
Bowl week is here, baby. Let's go.
Of course, we have the Hall of Fame picks coming up in a couple days. There's been some interesting talk. People have talked about it, but of course, we want you to get the Florida Man football perspective on exactly what's happening here. So let's start off with that, Chris, before we get into the Super Bowl. We're going to make our picks, of course, for the Hall of Fame and who we think is going to get in. But the biggest story of the Hall of Fame, of course, has been Bill Belichick has been snubbed.
Yeah.
A lot of people have talked about it, but tell me what you think, Chris.
Short and sweet, because this is something, Johnny, that happened, now a couple of weeks ago now with the Hall of Fame. A lot of things in professional sports can lose credibility.
Okay.
Players lose credibility. Scandals happen. It's very rare, Johnny, that you see something as legitimate and as honorable and as I love the Pro Football Hall of Fame. When somebody does something in a game and they break a record, immediately everybody stops and says, nope, that's going to Canton, right? It's Hall of Fame worthy. It's a huge deal. And I can never imagine an organization like that implode or ruin itself. Long story short, you've lost all credibility with me. We are more credible here in this podcast than I'm being serious now than they are in the sense that someone like Bill Belichick was not a unanimous, and I've been very critical on the guy over the years because he's a fan, that he's not a unanimous choice for the Hall of Fame first ballot. You lose credibility in my eyes, and that's a fan that's been a fan of the NFL for 30 plus years of his life. That's a big deal, Johnny. What are your thoughts?
And listen, I can go for 3 hours about this, but I'm not going to. You guys have all watched. You've heard everything here, but it's just ridiculous. Obviously, the reports are the not so great. Bill Polian is a schmuck that went ahead and led the charge on this. This guy's such a coward. He led the charge, and now he's kind of backtracking. Stand on business. If that's how you feel, if you're mad that you got owned by the Patriots over your entire career, and you want to go and blame certain things, then you go and stand on it. But instead you don't. You're a coward. It's just ridiculous.
See, that's my point. That's my point. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
It is irrelevant.
It's relevant. There's no. I don't want to hear about Spygate. I don't want to hear about any of this. I don't want to hear any reasoning behind it.
The thing is that there's very few people. I haven't really heard, even the Patriot haters, I haven't really heard any reason why they shouldn't be in. Yeah. The only people who had a problem with Bill Belichick getting the first ballot Hall of Fame were those 11 guys led by Bill Polian.
Yeah, it's like, do you want, how do you expect me to watch the Pro Football Hall of Fame ceremony? Like, honestly, I normally watch it. I don't think that I will this time. Not because of protesting or anything like that, but because, again, credibility is a big word for me, and the NFL doesn't have one at this point.
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's what it comes down to. The Hall of Fame is always something people look forward to. They just, especially somebody like Belichick who reveres Canton, who reveres everything. You can't even reference the history of the NFL without Bill Belichick. For you to do that over some nonsense, over some pettiness, Bill Polian, you're a coward. Yeah. You're a bum. And you yourself, you should question, how did you get in the Hall? Regardless, You know, there's a lot of people who are upset about
where
it.
was the leadership to go? Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got a problem here. Where was the leadership?
Yeah, well,
It's terrible.
we saw this last NFL season, Chris, and it was a lot of things that we've enjoyed, a lot of things that we didn't like, but you kind of saw certain things that were happening in the NFL. And what did you notice? It's a lack of leadership. So why are
Right.
we surprised that the Hall of Fame doesn't have the leadership to go ahead and fix an egregious error like we just saw here? So
I agree.
that is what it is. Everybody's talked about the Hall of Fame, Bill Belichick. We wanted to go ahead and talk about it for a little bit.
Yeah.
But moving forward, we know there's a maximum of 5 players that can get into the Hall of Fame. So give me your 5 guys that are definitely going to get into the Hall of Fame.
Instead, why don't we have a little fun with it?
Okay.
Why don't we have a little fun with it? I'm going to give you.
Let's change the format.
Yeah. Give me names.
Okay.
And give me names, and we're gonna go yes, no, and
okay.
maybe so.
So right now here, not first ballot, but who's gonna get in right now? I'll give you names. Okay. First off, Drew Brees.
100%.
Okay. Eli Manning.
He's not.
I don't want to know what he's not. What
okay.
you think right now should get in right now?
100%.
Eli Manning. Okay. Larry Fitzgerald.
100%.
Frank Gore.
100%.
That's 4 straight 100%. All right. Jason Witten.
100%.
That's done.
It.
You're done.
That's it.
You're done.
But watch this. Watch this. I had a reason why I wanted to play this game. You ready?
Okay.
You see how easy that was? Hall of Fame. You see how easy that was? You see it? You see? I don't.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
It was dumb, but easy.
who do you got? Who's your 5?
It's simple for me. Drew Brees definitely getting in there. He retired with the most yards of any quarterback. Of course, Tom Brady, took that the next season, but still retired on top. Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's there. Eli Manning, give me a break. Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowl rings. His numbers are atrocious. So regardless, you want to say there, will he get in? He's only going to get in through committee. I don't think he's ever going to get. The numbers don't justify Eli Manning getting in there.
2 Super Bowls don't justify. Okay.
They don't. Winning a Super Bowl doesn't automatic.
No. But you're also making his stats look irrelevant.
No,
and I'm sorry.
I'm not. Those Super Bowl.
How many records for the Giants does he own? I mean, come on.
Those not that many.
Yeah, he does.
Those Super Bowls are going to eventually get him into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I don't think the numbers justify him getting voted in. Other players who the numbers trump everything.
Johnny, kind of like Bill Belichick. Kind of like Bill Belichick when you compare his stats to. No. Hear me out. When you compare him to like Bill Polian, right? You were comparing stats like in the same way. There's so many Hall of Fame quarterbacks right now that don't have his stats. And that don't have 2 Super Bowl rings, maybe have 1, or none for that matter. But the stats are there, so I'm sorry. He does. I didn't say it's not the first ballot. There's a second time around. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Super Bowl rings are not a prerequisite.
No, they put a bow on a career, and so he deserves to be.
Those 2 Super
just because it was against the Patriots, he's a Hall of Famer.
Let me make something very clear.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Let me make something very clear. Those Super Bowl rings are going to get Eli Manning into the Hall of Fame. That's not a prerequisite.
I never said it was.
There's plenty of great players, much better than Eli Manning, with no Super Bowl rings. No Super Bowl appearances are in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
But because he won those 2 games, he's going to get in.
Over the top. Correct.
The second ballot, no, there's better names on here. I don't think he's ever going to get voted in traditionally.
I regret asking you for your 5. All right,
I think it's going to eventually get into like a special election like we've had here. He's going to get in, much like Roger Craig. I think he's going to get in. Running back for the 49ers. I think it's Eli Manning will eventually get in through those voters, not traditional voting because the numbers don't justify it. Larry Fitzgerald, 100%. He retired as the top 5 a wide receiver of all time. He's getting in there. Okay, Frank Gore. Frank Gore will get into the Hall of Fame. Just not this time around. Great University of Miami back. He was pretty much every rushing category for the San Francisco 49ers he leads, but he will eventually get in, just not this time around. Jason Witten, great tight end. Not going to happen right now. Torrey Holt is going to get in. Torrey Holt is a top 15 wide receiver of all time. He was on, of course, the Rams, the greatest show on turf. Great wide receiver. He will get in this time around here. Willie Anderson, not yet. Evans, not yet. Luke from the Carolina Panthers, that's always right there. He had great 8 seasons with Carolina, but him being on Carolina, people say it's not fair, is going to hurt him. He will get into the Hall of Fame. I don't think this time around. Reggie Wayne, yes. Reggie Wayne will get into the same thing. Top 20 wide receiver of all time with those Colts. He's going to get in. And lastly, there's other names on here that I say no. Of course, Adam Vinatieri. Most points in the history of the NFL. He's a kicker. Clutch, out of control clutch kicker, but the most points in the history of this game, and he wasn't a first ballot, is ridiculous, so he's going to get in right now.
Number one, another Patriot fan over here, fanboy, because talking about Vinatieri is always just running his mouth.
Adam Vinatieri
number two, you named more than 5 people. I like how you did.
I named the players. I said yes or no.
No, you went more than 5. While we teach Johnny how to count, I want to remind Florida Man Football, sure, at all major platforms. While we're teaching Johnny how to count, we have a Super Bowl week celebration where it's going to be the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. But before this happens, I have to address a comment on social media. I have to address it because it was, and I won't say which social, because we're streaming on all major platforms. I won't say which streaming service it was on, but the comment goes something along the likes of our editing team, which is phenomenal, by the way. Kudos to our editing team.
Outstanding.
Picked my AI face to be the cover this week for whatever reason. This last week, and the comment was something along the lines of, "You don't know how to spell, or you're dumb, the box of rocks, and what should I expect because you look like an ape?" Number one, I get why you would say that because of these beautiful features that you wish you had, but I'm not the one that wrote I'm not the one that wrote Hawks. I'm not gonna say who it was. I'm not gonna throw under the bus our producers or the editors that filmed this great show, Florida Man Football. So I'm not gonna do that. But it's an assumption that the person thought that I'm the one that wrote the word Hawks instead of no. I'm not cowering. I find it funny. That the person thought that it was me is where I'm trying to get at. I just find that funny. That's a little funny. But what are your thoughts on whoever that was that wrote Hawks instead of Seahawks, Johnny Cinco?
For somebody to get offended by me putting that the Hawks versus the Pats, and then following line is, will the Seahawks get revenge? So I use the full name. If you're offended by that, you're also living in your mom's house still, and you're really upset about, how dare you calls, like, Seattle Seahawks fans, even players, reference themselves as the Hawks in short. Like, same way Patriot fans reference them as the Pats. Why are you so offended by that?
I wasn't going to say that it was you, but since you want to say it was you.
Yeah, it's
okay, so
it's
my
fine.
question for you is then, why not go Hawks Pats? You went Hawks Patriots. It's so weird, like if your brain...
I didn't because Chris... Give him a hug if you see him on the street or anything else because he's a little slow. Hawks versus Pats. So
I saw Hawks versus Patriots is what I saw. I mean, that's what I saw.
Pray for this
That's
man.
what I saw.
Pray
I don't
for
know.
man.
I don't know.
The title clear says Hawks versus the Pats, and then the next line is, will the Seahawks, full name,
There's only one way of
revenge?
finding out. If you want to maybe tune in to the episode, last week's episode, and tune in, and you can correct me if I'm wrong.
It's all right. I have a feeling his name is Gary.
Oh.
I'm sorry that you're still living in your mom's basement.
Dang.
It's okay. It's fine. Still, at the end of the day, we're going to see history repeat itself. And the Patriots are going to go ahead and lay it down on the Seahawks. You can say whatever you want to say. I'm well aware that the Seattle Seahawks have a better defense, a better offense. They're rolling. They've been the best team in the NFL all year. So were the St. Louis Rams with the greatest show on turf, with the reigning MVP and Kurt Warner. They had Marshall Faulk. They had all these. Oh my God, they're gonna steamroll this Patriot team with this young quarterback in his second year. They only got lucky because they played a snow game against the Raiders. They got lucky in the Super Bowl. Have we heard this before?
Everybody already tuned you out.
Have we heard this before?
Everybody already tuned you out.
Okay. It's not happening.
So, you know what
Pats are going to win.
Okay, well, I wasn't even going to get there yet, but Florida Man Football. You know what I just realized? The episode's always brought to you by Happy Dad Seltzer, hard seltzer, rather. What I just noticed, Johnny Cinco, is something crazy, right? Each can has a Happy Dad logo on the front. Okay, but then look at where the opening is on each can. It's completely the Look.
Yeah, it's off.
What are you doing, Happy Dad? What's going on here?
That's drunk logic.
What's
looking at something like, hey, this is not perfectly skewed.
No, but look at this. Okay.
So, yeah, I get it.
Okay. So
right,
clearly, Johnny Cinco, while we do love and support our Florida teams, he is a New England Patriot fan. That's why the hat's too tight. That's okay. He's picking the Patriots to win this game. I, on the other hand, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to lay it out for you what the truth of the matter is. I don't have a dog in this fight, as you guys know. Diehard Buck fan, then Miami, then Jacksonville in that order.
Yep.
The bottom line is this. I can't get over the fact of what the commentator, or the reporter, I should say, told Sam Darnold after the NFC Championship game. I can't get over that.
What, seeing ghost?
Yeah, reminding him about that. And he literally tells him, "Thanks for reminding me." You know, as someone who all my life I've played sports, I've been competitive. The brain rather, it's such a big tool when it comes to these kind of sports, right? It's a determining factor of what you do. You know, fight versus flight, all that good stuff.
So this is motivation for him, is what you're trying to say?
No. What I'm trying to say is that was probably the straw that broke the camel's back, because one thing that I was afraid of, Johnny, was going to happen with Sam Darnold this year in the playoffs was that he was going to pull a Sam Darnold. And we're going to get the old Sam Darnold. I was waiting for it to happen. It hasn't happened yet. And I feel like that's going to trigger that to happen during the Super Bowl. So that's where I'm going with that. And so I think that with that being said, and there's going to be other factors to it, there's no way that the New England Patriots lose this game. It's not going to happen. The Patriots are going to win. They're going to win by 2 touchdowns or more. Because at the end of the day, folks,
I see what you're doing.
No. At the end of the day, the truth. I'm just telling you the truth.
I see what you're doing.
They had the easiest schedule, the easiest path, all of the injuries. It's meant to be. If the writing is on the wall, why fight it?
The thing is,
Gary, why fight it?
It's
Patriots win.
It's amazing.
Hawks.
It's amazing.
Hawks lose. You see what I did there? You see what I did there?
What that was a backhanded compliment. You know how good you have to be as an organization to be hated this hard, to be hated.
I'm
so
taking
hard.
them to win, and I'm hating.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because
I just took your New England Patriots to win. You should be saying thank you.
No, because I know how you truly feel. You're just doing that because you know you're a jinx, and you want to go ahead and say the opposite of what's really, because I think it's going to help you. And now off the camera, we talk a lot of trash. We do some things here.
We do,
and I see exactly. I know where your true feelings are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, no, listen, at the end of the day, this is going to be a hard-fought game. I see the Patriots winning on a field goal by 3 points. This is not going to be by 2 scores. A tight game here. Seattle's really good, but Sam Darnold hasn't really played a bad game in the playoffs, and I think it's going to come up in the Super Bowl. Drake May hasn't really.
Why are you? We're about to finish this season.
Drake May.
Why are you repeating what I just said?
Drake May
Stop repeating what I just said.
Really had a good game in the playoffs. Here comes a good game in the Super Bowl. It doesn't have to be elite, but at the end of the day, the Patriots need to not turn the ball over, and I think Drake May is going to do a good job of that. The defense is going to hold tight. They're going to do everything they need to do as a Patriot way to win this game, win the Super Bowl. So I know that you think the Patriots are going to lose.
No, I just call them to win.
But it's fine.
I call them to win. Don't confuse the fans here.
You want to give your voodoo.
Don't confuse the fans. It is impossible for the Patriots to lose. Destiny is destiny. Easiest schedule and all. I'm not going back to that. So now we know the Patriots are going to win. Now we know that Bill Belichick got snubbed. One last thing to talk about here, Florida Man Football. Streaming on all major platforms. Do like, share, and subscribe, please. Just plain simple. Halftime show. Are you watching it or no?
Me? Bad Bunny? At the end of the day, I just look to sit here and watch it and see like who's going to fall on their face, who's going to do something else here. I'm not a fan. Obviously, people automatically assume because you're a Hispanic individual that you like Bad Bunny. No, I'm not a fan of Bad Bunny. I'm not a fan of. He's not popular enough.
You need to get into politics. I'm going to do this again. Are you watching the halftime show or not?
I'm explaining that right now. Who's talking about politics? I'm saying I'm not a fan of Bad Bunny, so I'm going to watch it to be like, please. I'm going to watch it to be like, can you let's see if someone's gonna fall on their face. No. See what's gonna happen on that. Do something else here. I am not a fan of this guy of the music. But okay. I'm gonna watch the show. What are you not gonna watch it, Chris?
Nope, not gonna watch it. You see how easy that was?
So what are you watching instead?
I'm glad you asked. I'll be watching the halftime show of Turning Point USA. That's gonna be having Kid Rock and Friends, which I saw the lineup today, and it's actually a pretty good lineup. Wow. So the nice thing about lineups is there are also little surprises here and there. So I'll be tuning into Turning Point USA. I'll be shutting the game off, and then to add a little salt on the wound, I'm probably going to tune in probably halfway in the third quarter, turn it back on, just to make sure that my ratings, get registered properly. That's what I'm going to do.
Listen, I understand.
America.
I understand you talking about political, the stance you're putting in there. And I don't think it's make a difference.
You see the difference between you and me? I don't mince words.
The thing is that you minced a lot of words.
Nope, I don't mince words.
The thing is that really Kid Rock's the best guy.
My name is Kid. Oh my God. Remember that song?
No. Nobody.
Nobody
cares.
Nobody
cares
Listen,
about
that
Kid
song
Rock.
is as old as that hat, so I don't hear it.
Nobody cares about Kid Rock here. Like so. They could have got a better selection. I'm going to watch it just to kind of see and hope that he falls in his face. hope something happens. They're just for entertainment purposes to laugh at and joke about. And it's not that serious. This is somebody who's kind of like, all right, I'm not a fan of yours. I want to watch it. Some people want to take it super serious. That's fine. But Turning Point should have did a better job than Kid Rock.
Let's put a bow in this episode, Johnny Cinco. Know about the halftime show. We know we're gonna have one hell of a game out there in San Francisco, and we know, of course, what happened with the Hall of Fame. Now, when all this is done, when all this settles, okay,
more to the side a little bit.
We're three.
Neo, like Neo.
We're three.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
You look like Tio Neto is what you look like a Tio, like a Tio, like that Tio that nobody, that nobody, yeah, like you have a box of cards in your pocket. I bet you have a box of cards in your pocket.
I'm not gonna say.
After the Super Bowl, after everything, after the dust settles. And by the way, I thought the Pro Bowl was after the Super Bowl, but anyways,
Pro Bowl's done.
But anyways, after all that. Right around the corner is April, just like that. We're already in February, right? Is April, and then you get the draft.
Okay,
right?
Sure.
So my question, Johnny Cinco, is Florida Man football? We're 22 minutes in. Is Florida Man football coming back for its 4th season?
It's up to Gary. I need you to let us know. Like, do you want us back? Do you want us to go ahead and continue to talk football? Really, any sports that you like here. We can talk, of course, bring in baseball, basketball, whatever you want, Gary. It's all said and done. We look to you, and we look for your comments, and that determines everything for
what we're gonna do going forward.
So let's go, Gary. Let us know. But what we do know is that the Patriots are going to use the Bill Belichick snub to take that Super Bowl title.
One thing's for sure, you are going to get another episode after the Super Bowl because we have to debrief the Super Bowl when the Patriots win. Excuse me. Something slipped there.
There it is.
Johnny, Christian, we're out, y'all.
It's the Hawks, Chris. The Hawks, not the Seahawks. Later, guys.